Hello, my name is Henry R. Mockingbird, your host with the mustache. Well, it's Thanksgiving season again, which means I'm going to take a look at another Western. But not just any Western, a John Wayne Western movie. And not just any John Wayne Western movie, the one that launched his career and made him the household name he is today. Allow me to clarify, Stagecoach was not the first movie John Wayne had ever appeared in, but Stagecoach was the film that did launch his career and made him the household name that he is today. So, for this Thanksgiving season, I am going to be reviewing Stagecoach. So, let's get this Stagecoach rolling. The film Stagecoach is about a bunch of people on a stagecoach bound for New Mexico. Well, what do I think? Well, I'll tell you. Just like Jolie Brown, Wheeler and Woolsey, and Diana Durbin, I'm not very familiar with John Wayne's other work to know if Stagecoach is one of his best movies, but I really like it. There's a fight scene between the Native Americans and the main characters. And even though the fight scene is very two-sided, to say the least, this scene must have really been exciting for 1939. And I mean like Dark Crystal Age of Resistance coach rescue scene levels of exciting. First, there's Dallas, who's strong and independent and has a very interesting backstory. She's played by Claire Trevor, who was also in Key Lingo, starring Humphrey Bogart and Edward G. Robinson. And then there's Peacock, played by Thomas Mink. You might remember him from my State Fair review. And then there's Buck, who's a bit of a whiner. He's always moaning, complaining, or whining about something. He's played by Andy Devine, who was also Friar Tuck in Disney's Robin Hood.
For heaven's sake, son, you're no outlaw. Why, someday you'll be called a great hero.
And then there's Dr. Boone. Seriously? First Peacock, now Dr. Boone? What is with all the strange names in this movie? You couldn't find room for names like let's say, Dr. Jackrabbit or Mr. Bullskull. The drunken old doctor. He's always freeloading off of Peacock. Yeah, I forgot to mention. Peacock just so happens to be a traveling whiskey salesman. He does get a chance to redeem himself when Haddonfield scolds him during an emergency and says, "Fine doctor you are. You ain't nothing but a drunken beast." He takes off his coat and demands for coffee. He drinks so much coffee. And then they put his head in water. Sounds very reminiscent to the way I had to drink a lot of Coke, a lot of Pepsi, a lot of Dr. Pepper, and a lot of iced tea. Drink it all down, like, and put my head in a bowl of water to stay awake during the time I had to work on my cartoon short film, the musical Soda Malt Shop. Doesn't it? He's played by Thomas Mitchell, who was so good in the role, he got an Oscar for Best Character Actor. His other characters include the dad from Gone with the Wind and Uncle Billy from It's a Wonderful Life. And then there's the gentleman who goes by the name of Haddonfield, who just so happens to be a gambler and also has an interesting backstory. He's played by John Carradine, who was also in The Grapes of Wrath, 10 Commandments, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Secret of Nim.
There is a way. Go to the rats.
And then there's Gatewood, who's always acting like a general even though he's only a banker. He's played by Burton Churchill, who you might remember from my Elmer the Great review. I know who you're waiting for. You're here to see the boss man himself, John Wayne. So let us talk about his character. This is the Rango Kid.
Who exactly are you?
Name's Rango. What is this?
That there's Rango. He ain't afraid of none of you.
Is that right?
No, not that Rango. He's basically an anti-hero on a revenge mission after Luke Plummer and his gang who basically killed his brother. He also grows a romantic relationship with Dallas on the course of the trip. Stagecoach was directed by John Ford, who also directed other John Wayne movies, including The Searchers and The Man Who Shoots for Liberty, where he co-starred alongside James Stewart. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say about Stagecoach, buckaroos. But until my 50th episode, which I bet you partners are wondering what is my 50th episode and what movie I plan to review for that, you buckaroos are just gonna have to wait till next week, next Wednesday Pacifically, to find out. So, until then, this is Henry R. Mockingbird, your host with the mustache, signing off. I give this film 5 stars. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Ring bell for new content. If you like to request a movie, please do so by requesting it in the comments.